What's up everyone and welcome to the club. So now that we know that Season 3 has been pushed back to June 11th, I'm super excited to join the live event tomorrow called The Device. With that said, let's go ahead and draw Midas, who is the key character between Season 2 and Season 3. Let's begin this drawing in the center of our page and draw on the eyes. So we start on the left side and draw in a circle, starting from the very top. Let's work our way down towards the bottom, and go back up towards the top. Now we're going to leave a gap in the center and draw the same thing over on the right. So let's line up the top of that circle, come all the way down towards the same height, and then back up towards the top. We're also going to add a small circle in the center of each eye. So let's start on the left, draw on the pupil, going all the way around, line this up on the right, draw on that same size circle. Now we're going to move up and draw on the eyebrows. We're going to line up at the outside edge of the eye, step up, just going to curve in, over the eye, and then down on the inside. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing, going up and then out. Now on the inside, we're going to draw two short angled lines, going up and in. Now we're going to thicken up the eyebrows. Let's start back on the outside. We're going to taper this so it gets wider as we come in towards the inside. Do the same thing on the right. Let's move to the center and draw on the nose. We're going to line up at the bottom edge of the eyes, move to the center. We're going to start on the left side. We're going to curve down and then pull this up on the right. Now I'm going to step up and draw a shorter curve in the opposite direction for the bridge of the nose. From the bottom edge of the nose, we're going to step down and draw on the mouth. Let's start back on the left, curve up, and then down. Now I'm going to step down, draw a short line going across for the lower lid. Let's move to the outside and draw the lower half of the head. From the left eye, we're going to step out and draw a large half circle. We're going to come down, round up the chin just underneath the mouth, and then we'll go out and up on the right. Now we're going to move up to the top and draw the hair brushed over towards the left. So in the center of the head, we're going to step up and start with a point. Now from here, I want to curve up and then down on the left. So going up, and then we'll just bend that down. Let's go back to the center, add that part going up and out towards the right. So we'll start down here, and curve out, and then we'll just pull that up towards the top of the head. Now I'm going to add some texture across the top of the hair. Starting on the left side, we're going to go up, and then we'll bend that in. We want to create an overlap, so we're going to step back out, do another curve, coming up, and then in. Let's do one more. We're going to step back out, we're going to curve up toward the top of the head, round this out, and then we'll just come down on the right side, on top of that part. Let's add the hair on the right side. Halfway along this curve, we start up here, we curve out, and then down. Now let's taper that back up. We go up, and then in. Let's create an overlap. We're going to step back down, curve out, and down with a short line. And then we'll create another point by curving out, and then back in. Let's close off the top of the head. We're going to start at the very top of the part. Start by curving up. We're going to come down and just pull that in towards the side of the hair. Let's close off the side of the head. We're going to start on the left side. We're going to curve out and then pull that up underneath the hair. We want to make sure that we leave a little overlap on the outside. Let's go all the way over towards the right and do the same thing. We're going to bump out the side of the head, come down, and then just pull that in. Now on the right side, I want to go straight up and then just tuck that in underneath the hair. So go up, and then we'll bend that in. Let's go to the right. We start by going straight up. I'm just going to bend that in just above the eyebrow, and then we'll go straight up underneath the hair. Now we're going to move to the side and draw on the ears. From the top of the cheek, we're going to step up, start by curving up, rounding out the ear, come down, and then in towards the side of the head. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing. Go up, round out the ear, come down, and then in. Now let's add the folds in the ear. Starting at the top of the cheek, curve up and out with a short line on both sides. Now we come back to the inside and draw a hook, going out and then pulling that back in. Now that we complete the head, let's move down and draw on the side of the body. We're going to start on the left side, just underneath the head. We'll curve the body going out and then down towards the hip. Let's move over towards the right and do the same thing, going out and then down towards the same height. Let's draw on the bottom of the vest. We're going to start back on the left hip. We're going to draw a straight angled line, coming down and in on the left and right. And we'll pull this up and in towards the center point. Start on the left, going up, and we'll come back down on the right. From the center point of the vest, we're going to draw a straight line going up towards the collar. Now from here, we're going to curve out and up underneath the head on either side. We'll go out and up on the left, go back to the center, curve out, and then up on the right side. And then we'll add the shoulder straps. Starting from the top of the collar on the left, we're going to curve down, and then just bend that out towards the side of the body, go to the right, and do the same thing. Let's add 2 buttons on the right side of that line. Starting at the very top, draw 1 circle, step down, and draw that twice. Let's add some detail on the top of the body. We're going to start with the collar first. So underneath the chin in the center, we're going to step down, start with another point. From here, we're going to angle up and out towards the left, and then the right with a straight line. And then from the top, we'll draw a straight angle line coming down and out in behind the vest. Let's add the knot of the tie underneath that point. We're going to start with a straight line going across. Now from either side, we're going to draw a straight angled line coming down and in. We want to leave a gap in the center. Close off the bottom with a straight line. And then from the top corner of the knot, we're going to draw that same angle line going up and out underneath the collar. Let's move down towards the bottom of the knot and angle down and out in behind the vest on the left and right. And then we'll add a tie clip. Just underneath the knot, we're going to draw a straight line going across, step down, and draw that twice. Let's add 2 gun holsters on either side of the body. We start halfway down the side of the body, start with a straight line going out. Let's line this up on the right, do the same thing, and then we'll come down along the side, going down to right about there. And then we'll angle down and in towards the side of the body. Let's draw the handles of the gun. From the top corner of the holster, we're going to step in, draw a curve, going up and then out. Do the same thing on the right. Now let's flatten off the end with a straight angle line coming up and in. And then we'll follow that same curve coming in and then down in behind the side of the body. Now that we have our body in place, let's continue working down the legs. In the center, we're going to step down, draw a curve from left to right, going up and then down. And then leaving a small gap in the center, let's go to the left side, curve out and down towards the left heel, move over towards the right, curve out and down towards the right heel. Now let's round out the bottom of the feet. Starting from the heel, I'm going to curve the foot, coming down and then back up towards the toe, and do the same thing on the right. Now going back to the side, let's draw on the top of the foot. Starting from the toe, we're going to curve up. I'm going to pull this down, aiming towards the heel. We're going to stop right about there. And then we'll bend that back up towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the toe, curve up, and then bend that down. And then we'll curve that back up towards the inside of the leg. Now I want to move back up to the hip and draw on the side of the leg. Let's start on the left hip. We curve the leg going out, and then down on top of the foot. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going out, and then pulling that straight down. Now I'm going to add a thick sole along the bottom of the feet. We want to take this curve, starting from the toe, we're going to step up, and just trace that across towards the heel. Let's add a strap going across the top of the left thigh. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve down, and just pull that up towards the inside of the leg, step down, and draw that twice. We're also going to add a pouch on the side of the leg. Starting from the top of the strap, step up, draw a straight line going out, come straight down, and then we'll pull that back in towards the side of the leg. Now we're going to add a loose strap along the right side. Starting underneath the vest, we're going to start with a curve, coming down, rounding this out and then going back up towards the side of the leg. Now we want to thicken this up. We're going to step out, just trace that across, coming down and then back up. And then we'll add a canister on the right hip. Starting from the bottom of the vest, angle up and out with a short line, coming down with an angled line, and then pull that back in towards the side of the leg. And we'll add a trim along the top and bottom. We're going to step down, follow that same angled line on the top and bottom. Now we're going to move out to the side and draw on the arms. We're going to start on the side of the holster, start with a curve going out and then down towards the wrist, go over towards the right, and we'll do the same thing. And then from the wrist, we're going to draw a small half circle, curving in and then back out for the thumb. At the end of the thumb, we'll add a bracket. Let's do the same thing on the right, going in and then out, and then we'll add that bracket. Let's add 3 fingers on either side. We start at the bottom of the thumb, we come down, and just bend that up around that bracket. Step down, curve down, and up the second finger. Now the third finger, we're going to go out, bend the arm coming up and in underneath the head. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to roll the sleeves along the top of the arm. Let's start on the top of the arm on the inside. Start by curving up and then bending that out. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to step up and just trace that same curve coming in behind the gun. Do the same thing on the right. Now there's one last thing we need to add before we're finished, and that's a scar just above the left eye. So start at the very top. We'll start with a curve, going up, and bending that in. Then we're going to taper that back out and then down on top of the eyebrow. Let's take that and flip it over just underneath the eye. Starting down here, curve down and in, and then we'll taper that back out and up. And that's pretty much it. There's Shadow Midas from Fortnite. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.